Living alone allows a person to discover the depth of their own character, to test their resilience in solitude, and to grow without the distraction of constantly adjusting to others. It fosters independence, requiring one to make every decision, both trivial and profound, with full ownership and responsibility. In this space, self-reliance becomes not just a necessity, but a powerful tool for growth. When you are alone, you become acutely aware of your inner voice. There is no one else to drown it out or to influence your path. In that silence, clarity emerges. You begin to understand what you truly value, what you fear, and what you aspire to become. Living alone can strip away the noise of compromise, allowing the authentic self to rise. There is peace in solitude. Without the friction that often comes with sharing space, one can focus on goals without distraction, rest without tension, and create a sanctuary that reflects personal values and rhythm. Solitude becomes a canvas, and every moment is an opportunity to design a life tailored to one's own truth. It is not that companionship is without value, but living alone offers something equally vital: freedom. Freedom to think, to move, to live without restraint. It is in this space that dreams often take their clearest form, where one learns the strength of standing alone, not out of necessity, but by choice. Living alone provides a rare and powerful opportunity for self-discovery. In a world that often pulls us in many directions, family expectations, social obligations, and the demands of relationships, solitude becomes a space where we can finally hear our own voice. When we live with others, our actions and even our thoughts are often influenced, consciously or unconsciously, by those around us. But in the quiet of living alone, we are free from that influence. It is in this space that the true self begins to emerge. Without constant external input, we start to notice what we genuinely enjoy, what routines bring us peace, and what kind of environment makes us feel alive. The smallest things, what time we like to wake up, how we prefer to spend our evenings, what meals we choose to cook, reveal deeper patterns about who we are and what we value. These choices, when made without compromise, start to shape a life that reflects our innermost identity. Living alone also allows us to confront ourselves honestly. There is no one to blame for the dishes left in the sink, the missed deadlines, or the disorganized space. Every success and every failure rests solely on our own shoulders. This level of responsibility forces us to examine our habits, our flaws, and our strengths. In this process, we develop greater self-awareness and emotional maturity. We start to recognize our triggers, our coping mechanisms, and how we react under pressure. We learn how to comfort ourselves during tough times and how to celebrate our victories without needing validation from others. Moreover, living alone creates a sacred space for personal reflection. There are no distractions from conversation or compromise. One can sit in silence, journal thoughts, meditate, or simply think. Over time, these moments build a deeper understanding of one's beliefs, desires, and fears. This kind of reflection is difficult to access in the constant presence of others. In solitude, there is room to question long-held assumptions, to reevaluate priorities, and to redefine what success or happiness means on an individual level. Through this process of self-discovery, a person becomes more centered and confident. They are no longer shaped primarily by outside opinions, but by a deep inner knowing. This foundation of self-awareness becomes a powerful anchor in all areas of life: career, relationships, and personal fulfillment. It is from this place of knowing oneself that one can truly connect with others, not from need, but from wholeness. Living alone is not about isolation. It is about creating the conditions where the self can be seen, known, and understood. It is in this space, free from distraction and full of potential, that the journey of self-discovery takes root and flourishes. Living alone fosters a deep and lasting sense of independence. When there is no one else around to lean on for daily tasks, decisions, or emotional support, we are compelled to rely entirely on ourselves. This self-reliance builds strength and confidence, not just in our ability to survive on our own, but to thrive. From managing a household to navigating unexpected challenges, living alone becomes a daily practice in personal responsibility and problem solving. One of the clearest ways this independence shows itself is in decision making. Every choice, big or small, rests solely on your shoulders. There's no one to ask what's for dinner, whether the bills have been paid, or how to handle a sudden leak in the kitchen. You become the planner, the executor, and the problem solver all at once. This might feel overwhelming at first, especially for those new to living alone, but over time it cultivates a strong sense of capability. You begin to realize you can handle more than you thought. You become decisive, and with each decision comes the confidence that you're capable of managing your own life. Emotional independence also takes root. Without the constant presence of others to soothe, distract, or entertain, you learn how to be comfortable with your own emotions. You become your own support system, learning how to calm your anxiety, how to motivate yourself when you're feeling low, and how to celebrate small wins without external validation. This emotional growth is essential for personal development. It teaches resilience and prepares you to face life's ups and downs without becoming overly dependent on others for stability or comfort. Living alone also teaches practical independence. You learn how to cook for yourself, how to clean and maintain a home, how to budget and pay bills, and how to take care of your health without anyone reminding you. These skills, while seemingly ordinary, are the backbone of an independent life. They give you control over your environment and build the discipline necessary to maintain a balanced and productive lifestyle. In learning to live independently, you also begin to trust yourself more deeply. You trust your instincts, your judgment, and your ability to recover from mistakes. That trust forms a solid foundation for personal growth and future relationships. You no longer enter into relationships out of need or fear of being alone, but from a place of strength and wholeness. You know you can stand on your own, and that knowledge is empowering. Ultimately, the independence that comes from living alone is not just about doing things by yourself, it's about knowing that you are enough on your own. It's about building a life that reflects your choices and values, and having the freedom and power to shape your world as you see fit. Clarity of mind is one of the most profound gifts that comes from living alone. In a world filled with constant noise, distraction, and interaction, solitude offers the mental space necessary to sort through thoughts, emotions, and ideas. When you live with others, your mind is often occupied with their schedules, conversations, moods, and opinions. While relationships can be enriching, they also add layers of mental clutter that make it difficult to access your own inner truth. Living alone strips away much of that clutter, creating a quiet environment in which your mind can finally breathe. In solitude, you gain a sharper sense of what matters to you. Without the pressure of outside voices telling you what you should want, how you should act, or where your life should be going, you start to notice your real priorities. You begin to ask yourself important questions. What kind of life do I want? What makes me feel fulfilled? What habits or people are draining me? These are not questions that are easily answered in the middle of chaos or constant conversation. They require stillness, presence, and uninterrupted thought. As your mental space clears, your decisions become more intentional. You are no longer reacting to others or operating on autopilot. Instead, you make choices based on thoughtful consideration and personal insight. This clarity influences everything, from the work you pursue to the people you allow into your life. It sharpens your ability to set boundaries, manage time, and align your daily actions with your long-term goals. Without competing voices in your home, your goals become more focused, your energy more directed. Living alone also allows you to reflect more deeply. You have time to process past experiences, heal from emotional wounds, and understand the patterns of your behavior. Reflection becomes a daily practice, not just a rare luxury. Whether it's through journaling, meditation, reading, or simply sitting in silence, the absence of distraction opens space for meaningful inner work. Over time, this reflection reveals not only your values and desires, but also your fears and limitations, and in recognizing them, you become better equipped to grow beyond them. Clarity of mind doesn't mean you'll have all the answers right away. It means you have the peace and quiet necessary to search for them honestly. It means your thoughts are not constantly pulled in different directions by the needs and expectations of others. It means you begin to see your life as it truly is, not how others define it. That perspective is incredibly powerful. In this mental clarity, creativity also flourishes. New ideas come more easily, your concentration improves, and your productivity increases. Your home becomes a place not just for rest, but for inspiration and purpose. Living alone becomes a kind of retreat where your mind can reset, recharge, and move forward with renewed focus. Ultimately, clarity of mind leads to clarity of life. With fewer distractions and more personal insight, you become better equipped to design a life that is meaningful, balanced, and uniquely your own. Living alone creates a unique kind of inner peace that is hard to find anywhere else. Without the constant presence of others, there are fewer chances for conflict, distractions, or compromises that can drain energy and create tension. This peaceful environment allows the mind and body to relax fully, providing a sense of calm that nurtures well-being. When you live with others, even those you care about deeply, the rhythms of different personalities, habits, and moods can sometimes create friction. Living alone removes that friction, giving you the freedom to create a space that feels safe, comfortable, and entirely your own. This piece is not just about quiet or lack of noise, it's about a deeper emotional calm. When you're alone, you can unwind without worrying about others' needs or reactions. You don't have to put on a mask or adapt your behavior to fit group dynamics. You can be exactly who you are, without fear of judgment or misunderstanding. This freedom fosters emotional honesty and helps you connect more deeply with yourself. It's a kind of solitude that feels restorative, like a balm for a busy or stressful mind. Having this inner peace also allows for better rest and rejuvenation. When your environment is free from interruptions or emotional tension, your body can relax more deeply and your sleep improves. Rest is vital for mental clarity, physical health, and emotional balance, and living alone creates the ideal conditions for it. You can create routines that suit your personal rhythms without compromise, whether that means going to bed early, waking up late, or simply enjoying quiet moments throughout the day. This peaceful solitude also opens up space for creativity and personal growth. When you're not constantly adapting to others, your mind is free to wander, dream, and explore new ideas. You can take time to pursue hobbies, read, write, or meditate without distraction. This kind of peace nurtures your passions and encourages a deeper connection with your inner world. It becomes easier to listen to your intuition and explore what truly makes you happy. Additionally, living alone helps build emotional resilience. In the quiet, you learn to soothe yourself, manage stress, and face your emotions head-on without avoidance or external comfort. This strengthens your ability to handle life's challenges with calmness and grace. You become less dependent on others for emotional stability and more grounded in your own strength. Ultimately, the peace that comes from living alone is a gift that goes beyond simply being by yourself. It is a state of harmony between your mind, body, and environment. a sanctuary where you can recharge, reflect, and grow. This inner peace becomes a foundation for a balanced and fulfilling life, one where you are fully present, centered, and at ease. Living alone allows a person to live with authenticity in a way that is often difficult when sharing space with others. When you live with family, roommates, or partners, there is usually a need, sometimes subtle, sometimes overt, to adjust your behavior, habits, or even beliefs to maintain harmony or meet expectations. These compromises can slowly chip away at your true self, leaving you performing roles that may not fully align with who you really are. But when you live alone, there's no one else to please or accommodate, which opens the door to genuine self-expression. In solitude, you don't have to hide parts of yourself to avoid conflict or judgment. You can wear what you want, follow your own schedule, and engage in the hobbies and routines that bring you joy without explanation or permission. This freedom allows your authentic personality to shine through naturally. Your home becomes a reflection of your tastes, your values, and your unique perspective on life. The art you choose, the colors on your walls, the way you organize your space, all become extensions of your true self. Living authentically also means being honest with yourself about your feelings and needs. Without the distractions or expectations of others, you can face your emotions directly, without putting on a facade or suppressing discomfort to keep the peace. This kind of honesty fosters deeper self-acceptance, which is the foundation of a fulfilling and balanced life. When you live alone, you have the space to grow into your own skin, learning to appreciate your strengths and embrace your imperfections without external pressure to conform. This authenticity extends beyond the personal into how you engage with the world. When you know who you are and live true to yourself, your relationships with others become more genuine. You attract people who appreciate you for your real qualities rather than a version shaped to fit others' expectations. You also become more comfortable setting boundaries and saying no, because you understand your own limits and priorities. Living authentically can sometimes feel risky because it requires vulnerability and courage. It means standing by your values even if they differ from those around you. But living alone provides a safe environment to build that courage gradually. In this private space, you can experiment with different aspects of yourself without fear of criticism. You can discover what feels right and what doesn't, making adjustments as you go. Ultimately, authenticity is about freedom. The freedom to live a life that is true to your own essence, rather than a life dictated by the needs or judgments of others. Living alone offers the rare chance to embrace this freedom fully. It allows you to cultivate a life that resonates deeply with who you are, creating a foundation of integrity and happiness that carries into every area of your life. Living alone offers a profound freedom of choice that is difficult to experience in shared living situations. When you are solely responsible for your environment and lifestyle, you have the power to shape every aspect of your day-to-day life according to your own desires and values. There is no need to negotiate schedules, tastes, or routines with others, which means you can live exactly how you want without compromise. This freedom is not just about convenience. It's about owning your life fully and creating a space that reflects your true self. With this freedom, you can prioritize what matters most to you. Whether it's waking up early to meditate, cooking meals that nourish your body, designing a living space that inspires creativity, or setting boundaries that protect your mental health, living alone allows you to make those choices without external pressure. You become the architect of your own daily experience, crafting habits and rhythms that support your growth and happiness. This level of control also fosters a deeper sense of empowerment. When you realize that your environment, schedule, and lifestyle are entirely your creation, you gain confidence in your ability to influence your own well-being. You learn that you don't have to wait for others to make you comfortable or fulfilled. You have the resources and strength to provide that for yourself. This empowerment spills over into other areas of life, encouraging you to pursue goals with determination and resilience. Living alone also means freedom from compromise that can dilute your priorities. In shared living, compromises are often necessary but can sometimes leave you feeling unheard or unsatisfied. When you live alone, you honor your own needs first. This doesn't mean disregarding others. Rather, it means valuing your own voice enough to create a life that feels right for you. This self-respect builds a foundation of inner peace and contentment. Ultimately, the freedom of choice that comes with living alone is a gift, one that allows for a life lived on your own terms. It is an invitation to step into your power, trust your judgment, and embrace the responsibility of crafting a life